Eric Allen is one of the finest cornerbacks ever to take the field. Football has been a big part of his life since his childhood in San Diego, California.
I first picked up football maybe when I was 2 or 3. There's pictures of me with my brother and my father with a football in my hand. You know, it was always around the neighborhood. I started playing organized football when I was about 7, 2 years early. You know, my brother changed the birth date on the sign-up sheet so I can play with all my friends, and it was just a good experience. Football, whenever I speak about it or talk about it, it's always been a very good experience for me.
At Point Loma High School, Eric was an all-county running back and defensive back.
The sports I played at Point Loma were football, baseball, and I did play 1 year in basketball. Ran a little track and just tried to do everything.
Eric excelled, encouraged by the love and support of his mother and brother.
Mom was specifically interested in me as a person, as a human being the best person I could be. And if football or baseball added to that enjoyment, well, she was all for it. My brother, of course, was there, you know, at every game. You know, he used to drive a 7-Up truck as he worked, and as up the bat, sometimes it'd be at the baseball game and see the truck out in the outfield, and it really gave me a sense of who I was and who was important in my life.
But the young man did not yet realize the heights he would achieve.
You know, as a youngster, I really didn't think about playing in the NFL or playing in Major League Baseball. I just wanted to go to college and play football or baseball in college. That was my big dream, my big goal.
At Arizona State University, Allen was a 4-year starter for the Sun Devils, racking up 18 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, and making all Pac-10.
I first realized that I could be a professional ball player probably my junior year in college. It took me that long really to because I was focused on other things. You know, I was going to school, having a good time.
In Eric's senior year, the Sun Devils would go where no other Arizona team had dreamed.
The highlight of my career at Arizona State was no doubt winning the Rose Bowl. It's the first Rose Bowl Arizona State has ever been to. The first Rose Bowl that any team in Arizona ever been to. And we happened to play Michigan, which was a pretty good team at that time.
Just before halftime, Michigan was driving hard downfield.
You know, I was ready to make my stand. You know, I'm not going any further. I'm gonna make a play here. And I remember in the huddle talking about, hey, we have to stop this right now. We have to stop this drive. And just kind of everything was in slow motion. You know, and people talk about the zone, and that's how it is. Everything's in slow motion. I'm seeing the ball and just made the interception.
Allen's interception ensured the Sun Devils' victory.
It was a tough game, but we ended up winning the game. And it was something that still today, when we go back to Arizona, people continue to talk about that team.
Eric was drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles in 1988 and was named starting cornerback the same day.
I admired him and respected him so much, mainly because he was able to come in as a rookie and play that position like a veteran.
I'm not sure if I can really make this adjustment, make this jump to the league, and all of a sudden I'm lining up with, you know, Reggie White and Jerome Brown and Seth Joyner, Clyde Simmons, and, you know, it was in awe.
He was an intimidating type of corner. You know, you look at Eric, you say, man, he's small. But Eric played the run. He covered the receivers. I mean, he was on guys like glue on paper.
Eric Allen plays at the highest level of the game. Football's Robin Hood, who steals from the offense and gives to the fans. In 1991, 5 members of Philadelphia's defense made the Pro Bowl, including Eric Allen.
We had the #1 defense in the league. The defensive line would get after guys. And the opportunity, the ball was just like floating in the air. It was a great time to be on the Eagles, a great time to play cornerback. From 88 to 92, he was the focal point of our defense, and everything revolved around Reggie.
We ended up being the 2nd best defense of all time. And that was a special year. Wish we could have won a Super Bowl and to have been known as that. During that time, we had 5 quarterbacks that we went through. And our defense won a lot of games.
The focal point of the offense, as soon as play one to the end of the game is focused on Reggie. So it makes my job a lot easier. The quarterback doesn't get a lot of time to throw the ball. My most memorable play came against the Redskins.
In 1992, the Eagles found themselves clinging to a fourth-quarter lead against Washington with a playoff berth on the line.
We're up by 2 points. They're on the 5-yard line. And this is when all the preparation, the film study, everything like came together. They have to go to Gary Clark in the situation. It's the last play of the game. So I'm on the opposite side of the field before the ball is snapped. And as soon as the ball is snapped, I run away from my man right to Gary. And as Reggie's putting pressure on the quarterback, he steps up in the pocket, throws a pass, and Gary's in the end zone about to cradle the ball, and I knocked the ball down. And everything paid off, and that was my most memorable play so far.
On October 3rd, 1993, the Eagles were facing defeat at the hands of the New York Jets.
So that day had been going pretty bad. We had all kind of trouble. Guys just breaking free down the field. We're fumbling the ball. Our quarterback broke his leg. You know, it's just a terrible game.
The Jets were thinking end zone, but Eric Allen had a different idea.
I'm thinking it's important down, it's third down. The best receivers over here, they're going to try and run this option off me. So, as I'm backpedaling, I see him weaving me. And so I'm just going to stay on the outside, and I look back, and Boomer's just waiting for him to break. And he curled outside with me instead of going inside, so it made my job a lot easier.
Eric picked off the pass, leaving him 94 yards away from the end zone.
I don't want to fumble or get knocked out, so I'm going to either fall down or get out of bounds. As I'm running to get out of bounds, I look up and I see like 2 Jet players like walking up the field. So I said to myself, hold up, I'm going to get as many positive yards as I can. And as I'm running and I'm backpedaling and doing all this stuff, it's a hole that I see. So I just kind of burst through this hole and everything like opened up. Well, I usually throw the ball in the stands at home, but I'm scared we're in New York, they might throw it back.